Spartanburg County operates. You know, I always admired you guys. You know, the sheriff's office. Y'all are good people doing good things, and not a problem. You know, I was a cop too. Great. You're doing your job. But now I see the corruption in it. Just as I saw it in the MP Corps. But I guess whoever running the ship has to have it their way. I mean, how many deputies does it take? How many DESS workers does it take? How many guardian ad litems does it take to go through my home and search my home and find that there's no problem? I mean, what are you trying to do? You trying to find something on me? You trying to find something to hold against me? And if you are, I know why. You know? Just doesn't make sense. Oh, there's a staff sergeant. How you like that? Clear view right there. Oh, staff sergeant. Let's rewind him back. I'm gonna get a good picture of his face there. You probably know who that is. But he was also there. I don't know names, you know, maybe it'll come out eventually. But you guys are just ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you can go to a judge and get a warrant for anything. You could just make up shit and just get a warrant. What's your reasoning behind that? You're hoping you're going to find something so you can get a big bust? So you guys can give out the big medals again? You know, give out the old awards for violation of constitutional rights? That's a sad society. We award bad behavior and ignore good behavior. You know, I read where FEMA gave South Carolina a grant, and then in turn gave part of that grant to Spartanburg County Sheriff's Office to hire more deputies. 10 more deputies. This is where I'm going to tell my wife to get me some water because my hands are all greasy. Because I'm working on this car, and I've got the replacement engine in the back of my truck being worked on. You know, this is my livelihood. You know, I'm trying to make money to support my family. And I have Spartanburg County coming to my home, harassing me, threatening me, intimidating me, and my family. And then the public relations of the sheriff's office tells the News Channel 4 and News Channel 7, that I was being evaluated for mental health evaluations or whatever, and then my children were in protective custody, and that 2 firearms were seized from my home. Which, that's also a violation of that Second Amendment of the Constitution. That very Constitution that we swore to uphold and defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Domestic enemies are those that violate the Constitution. Domestic terrorists are those that use force to violate the Constitution. When your deputies arrested me and my wife without a warrant, a fraudulent warrant, because we all know that was a clear fraud and a big fat lie. This video will be copied and shared online. Many more SD cards will be made. They were ready to go as soon as this one's done. This is going out to the media. This is going out to social media. These are going out to the ones that actually care. The ones that actually give a damn. Because it's very clear the sheriff's office is just looking for somebody to bust. I mean, aren't we clogging up the court systems with too much ridiculousness? I mean, oh, you make a cop angry and oh my goodness, he's gonna fraudulently write up a statement that says you did something that you didn't do and take it before a corrupt ass judge and get him to sign off on it because what? The officer's word is gold? Come on. We both know officers lie the most. You lie to people every day. You guys should be pretty good at it. But the truth comes out. You might can fool some people. But not me. I mean, I guess you guys did. You guys fooled me. The whole American dream fooled me. I'm going off to fight wars for my country and save the day and all this heroic crap. When I get over there to Iraq, all I'm fighting for is corrupt-ass governments and corporations. IMF Bank and oil cartels. Because we need oil. When really we don't need oil. It's been out for a long time that cars can run off hydrogen gas. And you make a hydrogen gas from water and stainless steel and an electric charge. That's really it. It's very simple, much cleaner. Much more economic. You don't have to fill up your tank and spend $60, $70, $80. Or, you know, I guess that's for bigger trucks and stuff, but maybe if you got a little hybrid or something, fill it up for like $20 or something. But no, this technology will not make money for the corporations. The oil cartels will be out of business. You know, and you want to take what the, you know, the federal government says about cannabis and say that it's all so bad, so bad. It kills people, right? Huh. Even you know better than that. You'd rather be dealing with a pothead than be dealing with a crackhead or a meth head. You know, because they may be looking for their next fix, but they're kind of unpredictable. You know, all the studies from these major universities like Harvard and Yale and Stanford, University of California, UCLA, University of Washington State, University of Colorado, University of Alberta, Canada, University of Amsterdam. How you like that one? There's even universities in Spain. They're just all over. But we all know it's being suppressed. We all know there's nothing wrong with cannabis. That it even has been proven many times to be very effective for all different types of illnesses and ailments. But now people's kids are being held over their heads and threatened to be taken away from because of what? A plant that comes from the earth, just like we do. Man is going to restrict a plant because it kills people? Not hardly. Who's it harming? Who's the victim? Society? The public? Nah, try again. I don't think so, bro. Because guess what? If I did use personal cannabis, I haven't heard anyone yet. And I never intended to. You know, I was raised in a church. Grew up in a church. Grew up in Westside Baptist Church. Pastor Eddie Burris and his son, Reverend Spanky Burris. Or, you know, that's what we called him. I think his real name is Matthew Burris. But grew up there, you know, was raised there. Went off to fight in the good old Uncle Sam's army. Still went to chapel there. The army infringed on religious rights, if you want to call them that. Infringed on Christian beliefs, and you know, it was army and killing first, and hoorah. But I went down with all that crap. Then I come back home after being gone for so long in the army. Come home to family so I can help out and be there for. You know, like my brother. Which is where all this mess began. But there will be a statement to go with this video, given to the news agencies. Also copied on hard drive and SD cards. I think they're about to wrap this up. He's just bullshitting now. Just pretty much all the other deputies left. I think there's 3 left. Nebbit, Kent, and this darker officer who's keeping me detained the entire time. It may look like I'm working, but I'm actually being detained. So I figure I might as well continue to try to work with my nerves shot. But Officer Kent told him to make sure I don't go anywhere. And he said, okay. So, in that time I went to walk off to get water. He's like, oh, wait, where are you going? And just chill, man. I'm trying to get some water. Damn, it's kind of warm out here. I'm working on this car. Ain't had no water yet. And then y'all running y'all's mouth, so I gotta run my mouth. And then that's gonna just dry my mouth out even more. I mean, come on, guys. And I'm trying to get back to the simple basics of life. You know, live and let live, but apparently you guys don't work that way. You guys wanna oppress and overstep boundaries, overstep legal limits, overstep moral limits. It's very immoral. You know, even the Bible says, thou shalt not bear false witness, which is exactly what the sheriff's office has done. And there is the crime scene truck who shows up to take pictures of my guns and my house inside and outside, all in trying to gather more evidence against me For what? For harassment? Enlighten me, Sheriff. Please enlighten me. I want to know. I'm very curious to what goes on here. To what happens. What is this? What's the deal here? You know, all these witnesses here are ready to go and testify in court. Officers coming and leaving and everything, just hippity dippity. Like they own the place. Like they pay my mortgage or something. Just come in and do whatever they want. Maybe I got a chance to talk some common sense into some of them. Maybe. I can only hope you guys have learned from this experience. That you learn that overstepping your boundaries is not the ideal way to win over the people. You know, this painted good face and, you know, all this PR bullcrap. Just take the mask off. Show us who you really are. I took mine off. You see who I am. You all know I'm a member of Anonymous. You know, what drew them to me, or me to them, is, you know, they actually care. They actually care about people. They care about, you know, people losing their jobs because of corporate greed and corruption. You know, how is it that I buy a $200,000 or $100,000 house and I have to pay $200,000 in interest? You know, when back before, like JFK spoke on, you know, the government was in control of the money. And the government issued interest-free loans. But they got to get their cut. You know, the IMF, they got to get their cut. Because we're not a country that can support ourselves. We're not a country. You know, if we didn't have such corrupt assholes in office lining their pockets and only giving a fuck about themselves and not other people. Because unlike you guys, I actually care more about other people than I do myself. I care more about other people's well-being and welfare than I do myself. You know, if you want to go after a crazy nut job, the lady next door in 145, I'm telling you, she's got guns out the ass and prescription pills and drinks with them, and she's just crazy. She talks to herself and her dog. Like, literally has conversations with herself. Like, she is crazy. But I'm just living in my own home that I pay the ultra high mortgage on because of the interest. And then, you guys come up and ruin my happy little life. My happy little family. Living in a nice little subdivision home. And now, I'm in jail and a few times because of corruption, because of stupidity. Sometimes I think I never should have came back to this county. But then again, God shows me what needs to be done in this county. Shows me that you guys need to wake the fuck up and get on board with the real world. You guys are supposed to be there to help people and protect people because that's what you're sworn to do. But instead, you want to look for criminals and make up shit on innocent people just so you can have something to do. Is that what the taxpayers pay you for? Is that what the taxpayers pay your guys for? I don't think so.